Okay, thank you, everybody. This is the Town of Andover Board of Finance regular meeting for Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order at 7:01 and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
Flag
United
of the
States
United States of America,
and
and
to the
to the
republic
republic
which
for which it stands,
nation,
one nation, under God,
God.
indivisible.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. We have an opportunity for public speak. Looks like I see Linda Fish is the only member of the public. Linda, anything to add?
Nope, just like to show up.
We like it when you do. Thank you.
Emeritus board member that you are.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go ahead on to agenda item 3, which is changes and additions to the agenda. So many, if not all of you, may have seen the last late email I sent out. And this is kind of on me. The treasurer had sent me that email just prior to when I was headed to Europe for 2.5 weeks, and I guess I just got busy and I forgot to send it on to Kate, remind her to put it on the agenda. So this is a request from I'm going to go ahead and open that up. A request from the Norton Commission to set up a new internal fund. They said they received a donation and will be receiving funds on a yearly basis, which will provide scholarships. And I said, I need, and this is Cheryl's note, says I need board permission to set up a new permanent fund account and a new fund that will be reported in the non-major permanent funds. Could you please set up the agenda item? So with that being said, I would like to add that to our agenda. Anybody would like to make a motion to add the Norton Scholarship Fund to the agenda?
I'll make a notion to
Okay,
join,
Louise?
to choose that. And that's basically for Diane Grenier. It's
Well, do I have a second?
oh, okay.
Second.
Okay, so any discussion? It looks like about adding, we're just changing the agenda now. We're not voting on this.
Okay.
So this would be item 5, which would be Norton Commission Permanent Fund. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No opposed, and no abstentions. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll move on to agenda item 4. This is the levy schedule for AES payments. This is a fairly routine matter, but it does have to be decided and voted on by the Board of Finance. Eric has attached a proposed levy schedule that matches what the AES district has requested. Basically, the amount of money that were allocated to them in the budget, they prefer to have with over 10 equal payments. On the schedules on page 2 of the packet, basically starting in July and going on through April of next year. We can have discussion about it. Somebody can make a motion to accept that schedule.
Is that
So
any
just-
different than what it's always been? Has it always been 10?
I think it's always been like that, Eric, do you know?
So this is only the 3rd year we did this, because before that, we just paid their expenses directly. We had a combined checking.
Right.
So from RAM, we get a broken out levy schedule for both operating and capital expenses. And there they base, so every month has a different amount based on, the last X number of years of data. They know when the majority of their expenses are, and they asked for their allocation based on that. The school has never really been willing to provide anything like that to the town. So given that, the only thing we can really do is divvy it up into payments and pay them equal amounts the first 10 months of the year. I personally feel it should be the Board of Ed's responsibility to make this request to you, but since they haven't and we need to actually pay them for the month of July, with the treasurer's concurrence, put it on the agenda.
So they don't have any and I'm just asking the question, Eric, some months are sometimes, like you say, more weighted, certain things come due, other months are thin. So they don't have any preference like that. They just want 10 equal payments. They don't care about some months being,
the treasurer has repeatedly asked them to provide a levy schedule in the past
Oh,
that matched their actual proposed expenditures, but they have never done that or,
Okay.
provided that.
Okay.
and equal payments it is, I guess.
Right.
Joanne?
What if we entertain the thought of giving them an initial payment to pay what they have expenses for now, and then talk to them about like expecting a levy statement.
I know
How
that
do y'all feel about?
sorry to interrupt, Liz. I thought you were done. I was just going to mention that working in a school and working right with the bookkeeper, that July is a big month where we do a lot of, because I talked about it today, we have a person who's out. And to get the back to school teacher supplies and everything that they kind of divvy up to each classroom at the beginning of the year, there's a lot of purchase orders and ordering done right now because our person was out. So we're trying to hurry up and get the things ordered, because then they, the purchase orders have to be created. The orders have to go out and then they have to come in. So I have nothing against what Liz just say. Before Mark had called on me, I was just going to say, I know this is a big month of ordering for the beginning of school, July and August, because even myself, I was thinking, why do we start in July? And then I went, I know this because this is what we were doing today. But you can go back to Liz's thought. I just wanted to say that it's probably starting in July fiscal year. A lot of the back to school or what they'll need at the beginning is ordered July and August.
Yeah.
That makes
I guess
sense.
If we ask them
Yeah.
to do it, yeah, go ahead, Liz.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it makes sense, and I wouldn't be opposed to even say, putting up for July and August even, to give us maybe a couple of months to give them the opportunity to give us a type of levy schedule that Eric was talking about.
Yeah, my own personal feeling is I'm not sure it buys us much to do that for this year. Wouldn't be a bad idea necessarily to kind of make the point. I would not be surprised if we pushed in that direction that we ended up with a front-loaded schedule, though, which isn't necessarily in the town's best interest. And maybe that would match their needs. I don't know, but it seems like if the equal payments matches their needs, then their number one expenditure really is payroll. So they've got to do that, and that's pretty level loaded. They may have other expenditures that if we don't have major capital expenditures associated with the schools that we don't deal with kind of separately. So
I guess that they're fine.
I'm a little
with it.
surprised because I think Joanne makes a good point that a lot of their expenditures probably do start. I mean, they got to start payroll
Yeah,
in
I would think
August. They've
so.
got to have that funded early. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody's hands up. Rob,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, I'm
I'm
fine
not
with
hearing you,
rolling
Rob.
with.
I'm not hearing you anyway. It doesn't look like you're on mute.
You can't hear me?
I hear
No.
you.
I hear
No,
it.
I don't
Can
know
hear
what's
you.
going on.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
hear it.
pass you over for Kim. I think she had her hand raised too. Did you ever your hand up, Kim?
I did. I just, aren't they like?
I'm not hearing you either. Is it me? It
It's
may
you.
be
It's
me.
you.
Okay.
It's you,
Thank
Mark.
you.
Mark.
You want to
You have the
try?
problem.
I thought
Uh,
during the summer months they didn't have payroll. Mark, you brought up that, they
There
have
I am.
payroll.
Can you hear now?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So just really quick, my thought is that we roll with this as requested, but we continue to talk to them about what Liz has talked about, and what Eric mentioned, which is, going forward, it would be best practice maybe to have a more of a sense for and track it, some sort of 3-year rolling average kind of thing where we can adjust this as needed. But for now, I don't see any basis for not doling it out as they've requested. But I think we should continue to talk to them about, that and other things, that the capital plan, various things that we'd like to see them tighten up and bring to us. So that's my take.
Bill?
I guess I agree with Rob. If that's what they want, I was thinking in terms of their needs, if they had heavier months that they would want. If they just want 10 equal payments, that's we'll give them 10 equal payments, but I was trying to be, you know, like, is there months that they need more money than months that they don't? I was just trying to think of their needs, but if they just want 10 equal payments, then that's what they requested. I do go along with the thought of, you know, it would be nice to have them, you know, give us some kind of, like, look back 3 years, like Rob said, right? Like what were the months that were the heaviest bills for them or whatever, trying to accommodate them, but in
Yeah.
lieu of not having another schedule or another request from them, I guess we just give them the 10 equal payments.
Yeah, that would be my thought.
Louise?
Is there a way to maybe give them 9 and then look to see what they have in their account in March to see if maybe the
Well,
10th one, I mean, do you have to give them the entire amount?
Yeah,
You
It's
do.
at the
that-
budgeted figure. We
When we
passed it.
voted, that's,
Okay.
we have
Just
to
a
give them
thought.
now.
Just thought.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I feel like we get it, and I think we're all gonna see that they end up having a lot more. I understand what Liz is getting at, but remember all the reports we get, they seem to have a lot of money left. And then they spend it towards the end of the year. So luckily we get one expenditure report and then we see the big totals and whatever they use. So I don't know the month to month. I mean, I'm on board to getting more reporting that we've always talked about in the past. It seems like, right, when we have that big figure that was voted in at the budget at the beginning, and then we get that month to month and we see maybe there's still a lot left maybe in January, and we've asked about it in our meetings. We've all had those questions. So yeah, I'm not opposed to splitting it up the 10 ways. I'm not opposed to anyone asking for more reporting too, more detail. But I think that we're gonna find that what we get is what we've seen on the expenditure reports, but that's all. That's my point. Because year after year that I've served on this board, it seems like we look at that every year and then we'll go to January and be like, oh, there's still a big chunk. I'm on the expense side. Obviously, we've been funding them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Kim, did you have something? Kim had wanted to make a comment.
Kim?
Actually, no, I did respond earlier. I do think that we need to get much better reporting from Andover Elementary School,
So, I mean, at this time,
much better.
my thought would be I'd move to just go ahead and accept this payment schedule as they've requested. And then, yeah, as we've all discussed, we continue to talk to the Board of Ed and seek, you know, more granular information. But for now, I think we just go with this. So that's my motion.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Bill seconds. Okay, further discussion?
Yeah, I just want to, I'm not opposed to it either. I just wanted to point out that Eric said that they didn't actually request this. This is actually just kind of going and doing what has been done in the past couple of years. So I just wanted to call that out.
Fair point of order there. Point of information. Sorry.
Well, the superintendent has certainly been unhappy with me that we haven't paid them their July, August, or their July payment already.
Well,
Okay.
she could have sent us an email, right?
That's okay, Eric.
Okay.
Well,
We'll get it. We'll get it done, and it'll be fine.
We'll get it done.
I think part of it is to make it clear that, look, you know, we're looking for some guidance from them on where and when. And I think that'll be our message going forward. And, you know, I can even send them a letter to that.
Right.
To that.
Mark,
Yeah, and it may very well end up that they come back to us if they have their experience and say, actually, you know, we want $600,000 in month one because of all the supplies and everything.
Yeah,
and it drops
and
off.
we'll have to, you know,
One way or the other, we're spending the money, but
yeah, exactly. There isn't going to be any change. It's just the understanding kind of what the needs are.
what is actually the
But
best?
history shows that they're fairly level loaded and there isn't any real variation. So this is just simpler for everybody. If that's the case, let's find that out. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so for reference, if you look at the regional school district levy schedule, the lightest month is $237,000 and the heaviest month they ask for $624,000.
Yeah,
And what
that-
are those months, Eric? Sorry, I don't have it in front of me.
July and August are both light months. The heaviest month is November
Hmm.
and January.
Oh,
So July and August are the lightest months? Okay,
fascinating.
Well,
thank you.
that makes sense
Would
with
not have
Keith's point
predicted.
earlier about payroll. I don't think they're paying payroll at the beginning of
There
July.
shouldn't be payroll going
Yeah.
out during the
In
summer.
August,
They get
Yeah.
their,
I mean,
get
they
their
probably
pay.
have 52, they do have workers, like I'm a 52-week worker. There's probably several people in the building that do get
yeah,
paid.
and I think the last week of July, they're probably having teachers come in and start things up, right? To
Usually,
start
no,
school.
it's usually August. It's usually a week before
Their
school.
first pay will be in August at some point,
Oh,
right?
okay,
I mean, they may come in during the summer on their own. We have people in all the time, but
right. Late. That's right. Last week. Well, sorry, I got my months confused.
no,
here.
I mean, good
The week
point.
before school starts is what I was thinking. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the motion was
Mark-
seconded.
Mark,
Yeah.
can I just
Yep.
say, if you send any correspondence out to the school with your questions, could you make sure that we're all included on it, please?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
And I'll go along with it, but with the whole, disbursements for the year, but I would like to make it clear that I want to see a lot more detail.
I would like to see a plan, I would like to see a plan, and if that,
Yes,
yeah,
a lot
to
more
me,
detail.
I would put it as a plan. The detail would be coming, yeah, the reporting and stuff, yeah, but yeah,
This is the taxpayers' money.
yeah. So. Okay, any more discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the motion to just accept the levy as a 10 equal payment, say aye.
Aye.
I
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, hearing none, the motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, we will go to the next item, which is the proposed fund for the Norton Commission. And Louise, you had something to add about this. I didn't get a lot of detail.
Yeah, Diane Grenier actually wants to start a legacy type of scholarship fund.
Mhm.
And the bulk of the money is in the Hartford Foundation. But just starting off with $1,000 to open up the fund. After that is going to work like the same as Norton, where the interest of that money will be deposited into that account every year. So we need to kind of deposit that $1,000 check into an account to get that ball rolling.
And they want to keep
Oh,
this
so this-
a separate account for just internal.
Yes.
They're two different things, right? Two different sources. Okay.
thank you, Louise. That's
You're welcome.
nice. It's really nice.
It was awfully nice of her. Yes.
Yes, it's really
So
nice.
just to clarify, so the donation we got so far is $1,000. That's what we've received.
Right.
So we
From
just
Diane.
take that, we create the fund, we stick it in there. Okay.
Right.
What are we calling the fund? Are we calling it? I mean, the email referenced the Norton
Right.
Commission, but I don't think this is the same thing, correct?
Well, it's
You want
by the Norton Commission.
Scholarship. So
Is-
something about
Did she
scholarship.
have a preference for what she wanted to call it?
I would assume it would be the legacy fund on
Yeah,
Diane. But I'm not sure.
Okay,
well, and I don't know that what we counted is what we call it, at least immediately, is that critical.
Yeah.
As much as
Nice
creating
change.
the fund itself. I did get an email from Charlotte Nelson, who's the chair of the Norton Commission, earlier today. And the way she characterized and actually labeled it was approving an account set up for the Norton Commission in the name of the Diane Grenier Legacy Scholarship.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
nice.
Let's just mimic that then.
Yeah.
Eric, you got your hand up?
Yeah, so right now I think we have 8 different Norton funds in one form or another, or 8 funds that are under the auspices of the Norton Commission. Remember, those are all funds that have to be reconciled and go into our ledger every year separately. So understand that there's an opportunity cost, and we're paying a treasurer a fairly good amount of money to deal with these. But they're good things for the town to have. I'm not opposed to them. What the treasurer has asked is that currently all the Norton funds are in separate bank accounts.
Hmm.
That is really kludgy.
Mhm.
And right now we're getting 0.1% interest on those. M&T will give us 2% or 2.5%. I don't remember which. If we consolidate those into a single bank account with pooled cash and just separate on our end what gets assigned to what, which is perfectly, it's as easy to do as it is to maintain 7 or 8 different bank accounts. So my suggestion to the Norton Fund is to agree to add the fund, but only if the Norton Fund will authorize the treasurer to go to pooled cash and go down to a single account, which is in their best interest because the amount of interest they get goes up by a factor of 20.
Eric, I knew we discussed this earlier, that when I saw this, I knew the treasurer was trying to break down all those separate accounts, for the ease of work. So I was surprised to see Mark's email asking to open another separate account for a fund. So hopefully, I know that they're trying to, you're trying to minimize the amount of accounts. So maybe are you thinking, I mean, it obviously has to be their decision if they take this money in, and then just kind of the way they account for it, keep it separate, like in spreadsheets or whatever we all do,
The way
when
we
you're,
do it with our other funds,
yeah,
right?
Norton,
And I
fund
think this,
one
I
is
think
this, 1A or 2 or whatever.
Yeah, there is a person on the board, Heidi, who does all those calculations. I can go back to them and ask them. I mean, are you saying that in order to open the fund, we would have to have everything consolidated now? Or can you open the fund now and then we can consolidate them?
I think we can open the fund and approve the fund and the reporting separately. And this was something that I think that the treasurer had within the last week or two, and I can't remember how if I was copying on something, had requested that the Norton Commission consider a consolidated fund
Yeah.
under a different, under a better interest bearing account. I don't know if the commission has met since then to discuss it, but I think that Charlotte had responded and said thanks for the info. They would definitely consider it. So that was kind of the last that I had seen from that.
I can go back to them and ask that. But I hate to see it kind of delayed because of that.
To me, that's kind of a treasury question, whether it's one account or multiple. I don't know if we as a Board of Finance need to get in those level of weeds.
Yeah.
But approving the fund, I think we need to agree to. So
My question was simply, I know this has come before the board before, multiple times that Cheryl, I'd have to, within the last year, or Eric brought it to our attention, they were trying to downsize the amount of funds. But
Yeah, and I'm assuming, by the way, that
accounts,
because
you mean?
this is
Separate
charitable or
funds,
something, it's
separate
not
funds.
appropriate to stick it in the stiff account with the rest of our money.
That's what I was thinking.
That would be nice.
Well, that's the
it-
question. I mean,
It's
M&T,
not a town account, so it's probably not eligible.
it's probably not going to work. Okay, all right. Well, then the best you can do is 2.5% is better than effectively 0. So,
Oh, I know that. Yeah. Okay. I knew I'd seen.
but I'm fine with setting up the fund. I mean, the fund and account aren't the same thing, right? As we just discussed. But yeah, I mean, whatever we need
Funds
to
are
do
separate,
mechanically to
yeah.
do that, while they then hopefully come back and agree to the consolidation. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't, but
Sure.
I'll go ahead and make the motion. I mean, are we at the motion
And
point?
yeah,
Sure.
if you like, go ahead.
I don't want, like Louise said, I would hate for the town to lose the money if they were willing to set up that. So I don't have the language in front of me, but I'll make the motion are we accepting the Norton Commission?
I think we would be authorizing the treasurer to create
Oh.
another fund
Oh,
for the Legacy Scholarship Fund. You know, in
Diane
whatever name
Granier
is
Legacy
appropriate,
Scholarship
yeah.
Fund. I think was the
Or whatever name is logical to name it. Yeah.
yeah, whatever that said in that
Yeah.
email.
And
You
to
read
take
it.
any
I don't
action
remember.
regarding account setup that's required.
So I'd
Didn't
like
go
to
with the
make the
name that
motion to do that. Yeah.
and I'll
Good.
second that.
Go with the name, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was
just-
the Diane Grenier Legacy
Diane Grenier.
Scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
exactly.
sounds right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good. Authorizing the treasurer to set up that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I
Okay.
second.
So Joanne made the motion and Rob seconded.
Rob seconded.
Yes.
Yep.
Further discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, hearing none. The motion passes. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we will move on.
Thank you, Louise.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Move on to our next agenda item, which is now be number 6, which is the board open discussion. Does anybody have anything else to bring before the board?
CIP was canceled. I got nothing there.
Okay. Hearing none, I guess we'll move on to item 7, which is public speak. Linda?
All set. Nice seeing you all, though.
Well, we didn't see
See
you.
you, Linda.
Thanks for joining, Linda.
Hearing from you.
Or seeing your name.
There.
There she is.
That's better. That's better.
Oh,
Voted
the
her into it.
memories.
Okay, so we'll go ahead on to item 8 now, which is adjournment. Anybody like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the
I'll
motion.
make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I heard Louise first.
Liz.
I'll
Second,
second it.
Liz? Okay. Kimberly second.
Or-
I heard it. Any discussion?
Has to
All
be
those
the
in
shortest meeting I've ever attended.
Aye.
Bye.
Is that more?
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Motion.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a
Have a
good
good night, everyone.
Recording